Oh, honey, how you doing?
Much better. Now that there's no feedback, it's great.
That's what's up. All right.
Yep. Okay. So, do you want me to just go ahead and start with the questioning, or is...
That'd be great. Also with me.
Okay, cool. Okay, is it recording?
Yes, it is indeed.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that.
It's okay.
Alright. So, question number 1. What's your favorite part of performing?
Well, my favorite part of performing is, like, here's the thing about Patch Lube and PLB, known worldwide. We're mostly an inner-based rock band that does everything virtually on the internet, pretty much. Live streaming, the records you stream on Spotify and Apple Music and on every other streaming music platform out there in the modern world. But as far as my performing days goes, I actually did enjoy some of it, actually. Like, what I do remember was, some of these videos are also on YouTube, by the way. I like to driving my car or my rented vehicle to the venue, park outside, then I would load everything in. I would basically get prepared as much as I possibly can to do these performances live and on stage at the time. When I was doing it at the time, like I said, I would drive my car to the venue, which either was rented off an app on my phone or my old Nissan Rogue I used to own for a few years in the last decade, which I'm not going to get into why I don't own that car anymore because it's in the past, of course, you know, but I like to check in with the promoters and the booking agents when I load into the venue, my gear, my guitar. I talk to the event organizers at the venue, and I get a clear idea of what's going to happen and stuff like that. So I set up my merch on the table, which is basically a bunch of pamphlets related to the music I do in Patch Lube Band or Lunatic. And, you know, my favorite thing about performing is actually going on stage. Like, when I do these performances with the band or one-man band, it's like an unplugged version of PLB, because I was basically presenting it as Lunatic rather than as PLB, because Madeline's not involved, of course, because she's just actually me dressed in drag, and you need a hologram and a AI lifelike figure on the same stage to get present Madeline Lou on that same stage with me whenever I perform, and that's not even capable of doing that yet with the technology we have today. And I don't have enough money to buy a hologram of my own creation, of course, because that's millions of dollars I have to invest to get that thing set up. So what I'm doing on stage is basically PLB unplugged, like MTV unplugged. Like, I'm just on stage on my own and performing all the songs, doing different arrangements and simplified arrangements on stage. And usually I keep it between 15 to 20 minutes when I go on stage to perform my music in front of a live audience. But usually I don't expect too much, but I like the fact that I got people listening to what I'm doing, and some people actually like what I'm doing, which is even better, you know. And there's kids, like, either really like me or not, they're filming me on their smartphones live stream on social media, and that's what brought my attention to, I really love doing this, whether it's I'm doing a slow jam or a heavy rock song out of the catalog. And one of my other favorite things about performing is actually getting to meet the people who like what I did on stage and keep it very subtle, you know. After the end of every performance, I load everything out of the stage for the next band to perform. And I also like to keep in touch with the event organizers and booking promoters and agencies to figure out what's next after the show so to get paid afterwards. And, you know, it's always a fun night to do that. When I used to play gigs every now and then, you know, locally. I haven't done it since 2022, but I would love to do it again. Maybe if it does happen once in a blue moon, I'm cool with it. If not, that's okay. I got the live streaming thing to fall back on. It's always a pleasure to play shows sometimes when I have to, but I'm very selective when I want to do it, because less is more in my mindset when it comes to performing live. I'm not the type of guy that does it every single night or 3 times a week, you know, but I'm in adjacent venues across the Bay Area. But I just love doing it when I ever have to, and like when it's not so much of a pressure involved or something like that. I feel obligated to. When I'm ready, I'll let everyone know when I'm performing again. But for now, check out my YouTube channel.
What advice do you give to the young generation that wants to get into this kind of career?
Just just basically be yourself. Don't get discouraged. Don't let the negative things get in the way of your passion and or performing, recording, or presenting your band wherever you are doing it currently in this current world we live in. There's a lot of platforms now for indie music that I didn't have when I first started, like Bandcamp and Spotify and all these other places to get your music out there, marketed now. I would also like to highly recommend any artist who is serious about making it right now is to put energy into marketing and all that kind of stuff, and sell good products to mass while working with these agencies and music promoters and bloggers and all this kind of stuff, and curators and stuff like that, and just be yourself. Have fun while I was doing it, and see what comes. And something good might come out of it. Actually, you put more time and effort into it, and always work at your own pace. Because one thing I really regret was, rushing things through and just keeping persistent at it, which is not always a bad thing. But always take your time at it. Keep calm. Don't let the haters discourage you. Just always be yourself and do what's right for you and your career and whatever you love doing with music, and just keep at it. And hopefully, maybe some good things will come your way. And always learn how to. And also, one more thing: always practice too, even when you don't have time for it. Because the more you practice and put energy into your craft, some good things can maybe come out of it in a very, very good way.
That's some really good advice. Where do you see PLB in the future?
The future is unwritten, unclear, like the song from the MTV show Hills or something. But I see PLB continuing where it's going to be in the next until I ride the sunset, pretty much one day, which I hope it's not until a very, very long time from now. I hope PLB basically gets to the point where we keep doing what we love doing, where we're not having to please everyone else and please the world, because we kind of scaled back since 2023 from potential mainstream possibilities and stuff like that, because I was never the type of guy that was very comfortable with fame and all that kind of stuff and being out there with the public, although I do it every so often now on social media, and I'm marketing with digital music curators and stuff like that on the World Wide Web, but I mean, since I brought PLB back in 2020, I've done quite a lot of things and accomplished quite a lot of things with the project, so to speak. I got my Hall of Fame ring, which I'm going to show you right here. If it's in this room somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, yeah. It's right over here, by the way. In 2023, I was given this Hall of Fame ring from Patrick Luban, presented to me by Academy Music Awards, and that was basically the cementing of my status as a prolific indie recording act as a bedroom producer, because I rarely take this band out for the road. I mostly do it online, virtually, at home as a bedroom producer. So I've accomplished and accumulated a lot of credentials over the past couple of years that I might not have anything left to prove to everyone. I just want to keep at it, having fun doing what I love doing, because right now Patrick Luban and PLB is like a kind of temporarily rebranded itself as a 90s themed karaoke cover band with doing covers of 90s rock and J-pop and stuff like that, rock related from the 90s and stuff like that. Music, anything related to the 90s that we're into pretty much, because we grew up in that same era, me and you and Queen, but it's just, I just want to have fun and keep at it without trying to conform to the standards of the music industry and the mainstream society, and just have fun while I'm at it till whenever.
Right. Well, I wish you the best of luck with that.
Think you, honey, my queen.
I know you want to visit Japan. Is there anywhere else you would like to visit?
I've already went to Japan in summer of 2019. That was like a rebirth for me personally and spiritually, but I would love to visit places like European countries in particular, like the Great Britain, Ireland, Italy, maybe Scandinavia or something like that, because they definitely have a good taste in music and the music scene. And rock music seems to be still a thing out there, and that's pretty much what I do in PLB and Lunatic is rock music, and I want to probably hopefully travel to more places in the near future with you and get my music out there as much as I possibly can, not like soliciting itself and like those people you see on the street corners, but just like putting the word out there, like through marketing methods, like putting all my flyers through record stores and libraries and public places so they can get an idea of what I'm all about in those countries if they haven't heard about it yet, I learned the old school marketing method of putting my music out there through when I was in LA with my friend Rob near the Whiskey A Go or the Sunset Strip neighborhood. We met this one bouncer. He told me the old school marketing of all bands in that area was post your flyers in every street corner, whether it's on a lamppost, a palm tree, a wall. Just keep and tape it onto those places or on those objects, and someone might be able to see it. That's what I want to do when I travel those countries one day with you, and also like with PLB as well when it comes to marketing the music out there, you know.
What is your favorite PLB song?
That's a very subjective question because like I haven't put much thought into what songs I did or didn't like from Patrick Liu Band over the years because I've been doing this for like 2 decades or over 2 decades already, pretty much. I also think that out of the 300 plus songs I wrote and created with Patrick Liu Band, I don't necessarily think about my favorite song or in general because it always changes every so often, basically. And we are right now doing a lot of cover songs from the 90s music scene as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, in music, when I was into music back then, I always liked basically albums from certain bands I really loved more than the singles and stuff like that. But, you know, I would say I would personally prefer a lot of the music that came out 2020 onwards with Patrick Liu Band, like since the Rolling Thunder album, because I'm more of an album person and we put a lot of hard work into making that music over the last 3 or 4 years. Me, Matty Lou, you, and other personnel and stuff that were once a part of it, and you know, I was really happy about the results. It's like a more refined and more musically structurally better version of Patrick Liu Band than it was during a previous decade or 2 ago. It felt like it was a more improved version of PLB than it was before, because the songs were structurally a lot better. The music sounded a lot more polished and more refined and stuff like that. People can say it's soft rock, we call it soft rock or something, but I personally think we gotten just musically better and stuff like that, more stronger, and the themes got more relatable towards people our age, for the millennial generation, even though it could relate to any other generation afterwards, pretty much. But you know, as far as favorite song is concerned, I don't think about it too much because like I'm more of an album person, like I said, than a singles person when it comes to music I love and stuff like that. But I think we're on the right track, so to speak, and I would say my favorite song right now often fluctuates in people because there's just so many we've written over the last 23-4 years we've been doing it on. Right. Because we've been doing this since the early 2000s, you know, and but it's definitely has its charm and its good moments, and it also has its weak moments too. But you know, what band doesn't really? Right.
That's so true. How would you describe your fashion sense?
I like to take a lot of fashion cues from like J-pop and K-pop artists, pretty much. I like to present my East Asian identity to the fullest while maintaining my American heritage intact, really, because I say things like bro and all that stuff, dude, all that kind of stuff, like a lot of American people would, you know. But I also maintain a lot of fashion from my motherland, so to speak. Like I wore things like hoodies, leather jackets, like this, you know, other kinds of jackets, and I just like to look really presentable, well refined when I go outside, pretty much. I wear like acid wash blue jeans and Skechers steel-toe shoes I get from Ross. My fashion is very, very Japanese inspired. I'm very subconscious of how I want to look. I also have a 90s curtain themed hairstyle. Thank you BTS for that, you know. And but I have made hairstyles over the years, but this one's the one that suits me best. It's the 90s themed curtain hairstyle. I did not know it became in vogue again until BTS was a thing. And went viral along with the other K-pop artists like Stray Kids and stuff like that. And that's what people, but I look at this look I have right now, and it's like, it screams PLB just like that, though, you know. And I think that's the one that makes me very distinct out of everything I experimented with over the years, because like PLB's definitely experimented with a lot of different looks over the years, like from our scene kid post-hardcore emo days from the 2000s, early 2010s, the raver spiky hair kind of look in the mid. Oh yeah, after that too, and like the long hair, layered hippie grunge kind of look from the 2016, early 2017, and you know, I think this look I have right now really screams PLB because we experimented with a lot of different things over the year, tried something that works and what didn't work, and looks like this style works the most for PLB, like the fashion I'm carrying right now. And I don't like to overdo my image, so to speak. I just like to wear what's presentable, like band hoodies and band t-shirts like this, and showcase my personality on a deeper level with the public, pretty much, and yourself and I, you know.
Very nice. What motivates you?
Oh yeah, you're motivating too, my queen Amanda, because we're gonna get married next year, pretty much in August. You definitely motivate me too. But other than that, like basically my friends, I'm very close with my small circle of friends. I don't need a whole army, of course. Just a couple of people in my life I'm very close with, because I learned my lesson of being too out there and having everyone in the circle. But I had to weed out a lot of people since last year, because like I like to keep it to a bare minimum now, the essentials of people I want in my life, like my friend David, who used to be in PLB back in the last decade, which we do YouTube videos together under the slogan Patrick and David's Excellent Adventures. We do like a bunch of random local travel videos on YouTube together. But other than that, like I also like what also motivates me is the life experiences I had since day one. Mostly the good ones. Hey, mama. Hey, doggy.
That's
just, you know. Oh yeah. So I just like to be motivated by like positive life experiences and stuff like that. Not so much the negative. Although what I can say about the negative is that the people who doubted me back then, like the skeptics, the haters, and the exes and the former friends, I used their treatment of me and the music as a way to better myself and prove to everyone wrong, pretty much, and take PLB wherever I needed to, and our relationship where we needed to as well, you know what I mean? Because that's the best thing to keep it going, like a samurai warrior from the 16th century in like motherland, pretty much, you know?
Do you have any new songs coming out for PLB?
It's gonna be very sporadic, basically. You know, occasional, once in a while, kind of spontaneous kind of thing. Because right now we're temporarily buying Patch Lou Band as a 90s themed karaoke cover band, doing cover songs from 90s rock related genres and J-pop, but you know, and city pop and stuff like that from Japan. But I think as far as my original ideas is concerned, it's gonna be more likely directed towards towards the sister band, offshoot band Lunatic, within the near future. I was working on a song just like not too long ago. I haven't got to finishing it yet in this room of mine, because I'm a bedroom producer and a virtual rock band online.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was like, I haven't had time yet, because I'm just taking my sweet time at it, because like I don't want to rush everything, because like the last few years I've done music. I've been putting a lot of output of recorded material and content online and on Spotify, and like kind of overwhelmed me to do all those things within a short amount of time. So now it's like I gotta take it easy on myself and refine myself a little bit and just be the best songwriter, instrumentation kind of composer as I can be with this time on forward. Because like there's no need to rush anything. I learned the hard way not to rush things, whether it's like music or something else. So it's like new music, that is. So I'm just gonna take my time at it and just keep putting out as much content as I possibly can in a spontaneous interval of timeline, and surprise a lot of fans of mine and people close to me, so to speak, with the music and the Lunatic. As far as another PLB song concerned or album, it's gonna be there eventually. Just gonna keep it a surprise leak for everyone involved, pretty much, because the future is unwritten, like the Hills theme song from MTV back in the 2000s. but we got the best of both worlds of the Hannah Montana theme song, because I'm Japanese Chinese, you know. But other than that, I think we got a good idea where we're gonna be headed, and
okay,
we're gonna keep on doing it till whenever, pretty much. And I think I'm gonna keep on doing my music, whether it's on call, part-time, full-time, whatever. Try to ride the sunset one day, which I hope it doesn't happen until like a long time from now, you know.
Okay. Well, keep us posted, and if you do produce any new music, let your fans know.
You got it, my queen, honey.
Now, a couple more questions. Do you believe in the paranormal?
I actually do. I never told this story to anyone, but I was very close to my mother, Winnie Lou Hayashi, when I was growing up in my formative years. She passed away on April 8th, 2017. I remember like on August 22nd, or the early morning hours of August 22nd, 2018. That was 2 days after, it was actually August 24th or 22nd. I don't remember the exact chronological date, but it was 2 days after my former band, The Verse, performed at El Rio Bar our last gig to date, or my last performance as a member of that band on stage in the Bernal Heights neighborhood in San Francisco. I went to bed one time and I thought it felt like a near-death experience or an astral projection, depending on who you ask. But I remember I went to bed, like, because I had to go to work the next morning at 8 o'clock and stuff like that. But I just took my pills and just went to sleep, because I take a Abilify for my condition every day, and I felt when I was in bed, I felt like a very out-of-body experience, like I was reaching a tunnel somewhere. It felt so surreal because I saw my body lying on this ground, or the ground up when I was walking that tunnel, basically. Then I meet the higher power for the first time in my life. It's like, is that you, God? But the higher power looks like an iPhone X or something, whatever iPhone or smartphone we had at the time, So it's like, honey, what? I remember the iPhone telling me, what is your purpose in life? What have you learned from your past relationships in this world? And I'm like I'm telling the higher power, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, I'm just, I don't know what's happening. Why am I even here? I got a life to live, man, And I remember, like, the higher power, which resembles physically, aesthetically, the iPhone or smartphone tablet or iPad, takes me to another dimension. I see a scenery which looks like the outside view of my campus where I went to university at CSU East Bay years ago when I graduated, and there was no one there literally, but it was nice and sunny. I see this one lady on the bench playing an acoustic guitar, singing some song I wrote, or was working on with my band at the time, and that was my mom. I'm like, because my mom passed away not too long afterwards when this happened, actually. And I walk over to her, and she was like, Patrick, she was like telling me, Patrick, how have you been? And I'm telling her, like, I've been shitty. Things could have been better. I don't know why I'm even here, but I'd rather be here than there, because life was giving me like a ton of bricks that time. And my mom was telling me, like, oh, how's this? My mom's playing the acoustic guitar. She looks like how she did in the 70s, but wearing these modern clothes that like Asian girls wear nowadays in the current world, Not so much the bell bottoms and all that stuff, But going back, like my mom was telling me, don't worry about you. I got you. No matter what happens, I'll always be there to guide you along the way, and we'll see each other one day. I'm like, okay. But here's the funny thing was, I saw two visions when this happened. My body lying down on this ground, the ground up, and I see my roommate Kurt was living with the time I worked at Best Buy with years ago, and my dad looking at me from down like, what's going on? And my mom was telling me, don't worry, Patrick, you're gonna be okay. And then we hugged one last time, and I just got transported back to the higher power, which was God. So it was like, God's telling me, if I send you back now, you have to serve your purpose in life. I asked the higher power, what is my purpose? He tells me, I think you'll understand once you live more years that coming ahead. And then I was transported back to my body like this, like something like in a video game or something, or something like that, or whatever you want to call it, like a movie, where you get transported back to the real world like this, from the ground up to the ground down, and all of a sudden I wake up. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I wrote a long stats about it on Facebook, and honey, I think this is the first time I told you about this story, but this actually did happen though, and this really made me believe that the paranormal does really exist in this world we live in, whether it's like something that's just cannot be fathomed or explained just like that though, but I think it does exist in many different kinds of surreal, mysterious kind of ways, really.
Oh yeah, absolutely.